In terms of video, you guys know that I use Sony Vegas. I've been using it for a really, really long time. I started with version 4, we're at version 12 now. So I'm a really old guy, like grandpa, when it comes to using Vegas. I've been using it for years. Yeah, I pretty much just drop all the media into the mix. Like I said, it was very easy with GoPros because everything was in the same format. And it was a very seamless workflow experience. The biggest thing though, that I regret is the fact that I set all the cameras to auto. And I thought this would greatly simplify things, but afterwards I realized, and I mean, this is how you learn, you make mistakes and then you learn, but afterwards I realized because the lights were in the shot, some of the lights were in the shot because the room is so small, some of the angles were pointing directly into lights. And if you know anything about videography and lighting a scene, which I didn't really know before I shot the series, it's that if a camera points into a light, it totally messes with the exposure and it messes with the color balance. So what ended up happening is I had to color correct these shots quite a bit. Usually I kind of color correct just to give it a little bit more vibrancy or make it a bit sharper. But in this case, because of my mistake in setting all the cameras to auto, I actually had to match skin tones and make everything seem like it was coherently shot. But if I disable all the effects, this is the kind of the right close angle. This is the one that I matched everything else to because I felt like it had the most natural skin tone. The biggest difference is the difference between this angle and this one. So you'll see there's a huge difference in between these two. Like the skin tone looks drastically different. This one is warm and yellow. This one is kind of bluish and cold. So the color correction on this one was tricky. So it went from looking like this to looking like that. That's the best that I can do. I'm not a professional video editor, color correction person, but it took a lot of work to get to this kind of level where I feel like the skin tone was quite equally matched, especially if I pop them over each other and I kind of jump between two frames. You'll see that the skin tone is a lot better like this. Even the color tone of the symbols, even the black of the drapes in the back, as opposed to this, which you can clearly see that looks drastically different. So that was a big thing for me, is color correcting these scenes and these angles so that they looked coherent. I did some other minor color correction with regards to the overhead, but kind of just stylistic. A little bit of color correction on some of the other angles, just to make everything tie together a little bit more. And then I made the overall look a little bit sharper, but small stuff like that. But like I said, the biggest thing for me was the fact that because some angles pointed into the light, it really messed with the color correction and the exposure. That's the biggest thing. So lesson learned, probably won't do that the next time around. And then, yeah, it's pretty much it. Then it was just like titles. I just had to design the titles. It was the first time that I did my own titles. I think first time in 6 years. People have been helping me all these years, so it's the first time that I did my own titles, which is why they were a lot simpler this time around. And then, yeah, just export and upload. So that's pretty much everything for the production side of things. You guys, that's pretty much everything for this series and the making of the series. Thank you so much for your incredible support. Because you guys are so supportive, it makes everything that I do possible. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. All the comments and likes and everything else. And then in terms of other people who helped, Squarespace, Flip, what a beast of a company. They're so rad. For those of you guys who don't know, they made this entire series possible. They made it possible for me to dedicate a lot of my time to making these videos as good as I wanted to. They're supporting independent musicians. Incredible company. They're really doing incredible things for independent musicians. So I'm very thankful to them. If you don't know about them, they've got a service that helps you build a gorgeous website, even if you know nothing about building websites. So really, really cool service. I wouldn't vouch for them if they didn't have a really cool service. So definitely check them out. Then also thanks to Don Lombardi and everybody at Drum Channel for giving me access to the building and helping me record here. It was amazing. So comfortable. Love everybody here. Then Adam Coons for helping me tune the kit, get everything set up. Like I said, he helped me change the setup, which had a huge effect on how comfortable I feel behind the kit in general. So Adam, you're a beast. I appreciate it. Josh, the guy behind the camera.
Super sweaty right now.
It's really hot in here. He's a beast. He's been filming this whole thing, and I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much. And then, yeah, all the sponsors, you guys, for supporting me and sending me gear and helping me with publicity and advice. And yeah, it just means a lot. You guys make all of this possible. It's not a one-man show. I can't do this by myself. And without your support, definitely not. You guys play the most important role. So before this turns into too much of an Oprah moment, thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. Some links in the description box if you want to check it out. Otherwise, I'll just see you guys soon. So, cheers.